Alright guys, so I just did this whole entire video and forgot to do the screen recording. So I got all of the voiceover and no video. So I'm going to be a little bit less nervous through this one than the last one, hopefully. As many of you guys know, I've not done any or very little voiceover videos, but I wanted to help a friend take a look at what you can do with color correction in Davinci Resolve. So we are on Davinci Resolve 17. It's a public beta. If you were to just get into Davinci Resolve for the first time, I would recommend that you don't use this public beta until it's fully done up. But I would just download the Resolve 16, and it's a free program. It has no watermarks or anything. In my opinion, it's the best free program you can use, especially for color correction. And in my opinion, it's super easy. It might be kind of scary, but I think it's super easy. So we're just clicking through some of the shots that we got. These pictures were shot, they're screenshots out of a friend's channel. Their channel name is Rebecca's Adventures. Please go check them out. They travel the world and get amazingly beautiful videos. And I just wanted to help them out and let them take a look at what the footage would look like with just a little bit of color adjustment. This is for a beginner from a beginner. I'm very new to this, and I feel like what I'm doing to the color is decent enough for a beginner. So let's get started. Alright, so this is the clip we're going to start with. And the first thing I like to do to all my footage is pull the contrast up to 1.3 and the saturation to 60. That's basically where I start most of my content. Most of the stuff I edit, I start right here. And then I look at this graph, and this is your black or your shadows. And this is the highlights or the bright whites. And you don't want anything to get too high above the 1023 or even hit it. And you don't want anything to get too low below the 0. So this right here controls the low. I'm just scrolling my mouse wheel while hovering this bar. And this right here controls the high. This controls your mids. And then when you get it all set, if it still looks too dark or too bright, you can darken it or lighten it. So let's go ahead and reset all the wheels. I start with the lift, and I bring it down until it's clipping. 2 clicks right there. It's gonna be different for every video. And then I go to gain, and I try to make sure this is nowhere near 1023, like 950 or something. I don't know, but about that. And honestly, maybe bring up the gamma a click like that. Well, that's 2. 1 click or 2. And then I'm going to test for white. And what we do is we grab this qualifier right here and check it how the 3 numbers R, G, and B, how close they are to the same. Pretty much that's white. But if you wanted to make it closer to white, or even more perfect, I guess, you would cool this image off a little bit. So we're gonna go to -100 right here on the color temp. And now if I grab the qualifier again and check the same known white space on the screen, they're all the exact same number now, relatively. So there you go. That's how you correct your white balance. And I would say this shot's done. And here's a before and after. And now what I like to do, all these shots were taken with the same camera, most likely. So I like to take a still shot of this. That way when I work on the next shot, if I just hover this, I can see what that grade would do to this shot. So now we can just basically paste that. And we look at our waveform again. If yours doesn't say waveform, click this right here. I like the waveform the most as a beginner. It's basically my go-to. And now you can do all kinds of really cool stuff in here. With the hue, you can change the colors. Just tiny adjustments makes a huge difference. But we're gonna leave that for now. And I'll show you a little bit later what else you can do. But this shot here, I just want to get it perfect. So go up on that, down in the gamma. Nope, don't do that. Let's go back up. I mean, really, I think this is pretty good right where it is. And like I said, I'm super beginner at this, so I just make them look a little bit better. I'm not saying to be a professional by no means. But if this can help you out, that would be pretty cool. So again, we'll check the color balance, white balance, and we're good. That's good. And we're just gonna leave this picture at that and go to the next one. We're gonna grab this, apply, boom. And so my recommendation for this footage, if your footage is washed out up here at the top, I think that turning down the EV comp will help that. I would turn it down to -0.3, -0.1, -0.2, or -0.3. A few clicks under should help that. And I'm not very good at this, but you can work that out. But as you can see, it's kind of screwing with the water too. So we're just gonna stick to a beginner's look at this because I'm still a beginner at this as well. But I know that can probably be corrected. There's data in there. It's just washed out by the highlights. Really bad. So what we're gonna do is we gotta bring down the lift because it's not even close to the 0 bar. And bring down the gain a little bit because all that overexposure. Try to bring up the gamma, see if that, oh no, down. Try to bring down the gamma. We don't want it too dark. Bring down the gamma. We're almost at 0, I guess. So yeah, we're just gonna have to go off of, sorry about that noise, that's my furnace. I edited it out of the other one I'll probably just silence the video for a moment, but I gotta get this done, so I can't stop the recording. But I think we're gonna drag the pivot just a little bit to expose some of that. But I think it removes some of the glow, that's why I don't want to deal with it. Honestly, I feel like this might be the best I can get this as a beginner. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. And we're gonna skip on to this shot here because I want to do this shot while it's I want to do this shot while we are, well, you can hear me. Sorry about that. I was confused because it wasn't reset, so I gotta reset this shot real quick. Oh, I see what's not reset. There we go. I don't want it to be... Like I said, I already did this video once, so I had to reset that shot. Here we go. I'm gonna do this one. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. So if you can tell, for the most part, you can get away with just copy and pasting this exact same grade you do, especially if it's off the same camera. So we're just gonna do the white real quick while my furnace is still being noisy. It's a little cold, so maybe we'll remove the temperature adjust. And it's still a little cold, so just to show you how this works so well, we'll go a little warm. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, that's a lot closer. I mean, you can keep going, keep adjusting, tiny incremental adjustments, but that's basically white. We're gonna stick with that. See what the boat says. Yeah, it says the same thing. Close, really close to white. Still a little cold, but I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm just kind of giving you guys an idea of how simple this is, how simple it can be, and how extreme you can take it. And so what we want to do is certainly raise the gamma. Yeah, just a little bit of gamma. And a little bit less lift. A little bit less gain. And a little bit less offset. Up on the lift one click. What do you guys think? Does that look good? Pop out just a little bit more. That's all we're really trying to do here. For your first time coloring, that should be your goal. Just to dip in here and try it out. So as you can see, this band is narrower, and it's, just look at it real quick. So it's basically what we're doing. Now in my first video, I really liked messing with this clip because we altered the water a little bit. Let's do that again. So that's just a quick paste of that original grade. And we're clipping on both ends pretty heavily. So let's see. I'm gonna leave this at -2. I'm gonna reset the gamma wheel. And I'm gonna bring the gain down. There we go. See, so while the gain's super high, you start losing detail. That mountain's gone, basically. I can make it disappear. See? So you don't want your highlights clipping too hard, and if your camera is already letting too much light in, you might not be able to retrieve this information back again. So that's why I'm talking about turning the compressor down on the light, the EV comp. I'm not sure what that is actually. So here's a comparison. Just generally your camera calls it EV comp. So that's where we're gonna probably keep it. And now I'm gonna show you guys a trick. I don't know, I don't think this is available on 16 and only 17. So this is just called the color warper. This is super dope. So you're gonna grab a color, any color that you want, and we want to mess with this water. So we are gonna change the color of it. We can change it pretty dramatically, but this is basically where I put it last time, right about there. And the more you change it, look at the trees up top, these trees up here, see? The more you change it, it's gonna screw with the trees a little bit. So you don't wanna go too crazy with it, but let's just put it right there. And you can also mask it out to where it doesn't affect the trees at all. But there's the difference right there, guys. Right there. What do you think? I would put it into full screen, but it seems to keep shutting off the recording. So we're just gonna keep it like this. And at the very end of the video, I'll play back all of the footage back to back simultaneously, the finished product versus the original. And this one we already did. Let's just go pop into this one. And like I said before, when you hover one of these, it's basically a LUT that you've created, and then you just apply it to the next clip. And I'd recommend just sticking in this color wheel at the beginning. Alright, so that's that one right there. We can check the white. See how white it is. Pretty much perfect. Still a little cold, but... Alright, on to the next clip. Look at the sky. Look at that. Look at the mountains. Just look at how everything changes so quickly. This one's white, if I recall, was pretty much perfect. Yeah, perfect, yeah. So we certainly want to reset the camera. We gotta pull down the lift a little bit more, and certainly bring down the gain a lot. I guess I could have brought down the offset, would have helped with the lift, but either way. Alright, there we go. I'd leave that one right there too. We're just doing really slight adjustments just to make it pop a little bit more. And this one looks way overexposed to me. So go ahead and apply the grade. Crush it a little bit. We crushed it too much, I think. There we go. Let's look at a comparison. Yep. So look at the street. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I personally think this looks more like what it may have looked like when the picture was taken. Or the video, rather. In fact, you can even go a little bit more on like the gamma, maybe. You just don't want the car to turn into one color. You want the car to still look like it's got some, you know, a bumper. Here, I'll show you what I mean. See? And then obviously there's a bunch of detail there. So it was like -4 clicks. See? So that's what I shoot for. That's what we're doing here. That's what I do with my footage. Here's a clip of mine. Basically I can take the same setting, apply that grade, because I know that I use the contrast and saturation in my videos generally. Quick white test. It's a little cold. Yeah, because I gotta reset it. Quick white test. Perfect. Alright. And now, and look at this band, the difference in this color band. It's so much different. I sure hope we're doing audio recording. Oh, it looks like it. That would have been a disaster. Alright, so now what I'm going to do with this is reset the wheels. Alright, I'm going to bring down the... Oh, yeah, that's already down enough. Gamma a couple clicks, yeah. Now check this out. Those hills back there, you can't hardly see the detail in them. That's what we want to bring back, is the detail. So let's see what we can do to bring back that detail. See, the detail's popping out a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks good right there. There we go. So, before and after. Might be a little dark. Let's see here. Oh, gamma. Nice. 15? Damn. Yeah, that's a little dark right there. Let's just go up. Oh yeah, it's because we were trying to pop out that detail. This slider might work for that too, though. See? Just go like that. I can bring the gamma back up a little bit. And gain up 1 click. And this down 2 clicks. There we go. I think that looks perfect. So what I'm gonna do here, because I know the next shot was taken with the same camera, I'm gonna grab the still again. And I'm gonna just apply that grade. Just like that. And now this one's a little crushed on a little bit crushed out, but so we'll just, oh yeah, it's the gamma to correct that. Yep, gotcha. So even though it was the same camera, it was a different situation, and there's still some auto settings on that. It is my cell phone. It does pretty good though. Brighten this up a couple clicks. I say that's pretty good. Alright guys, there it is right there. I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this up and finish the video out. Again, these clips were from Rebecca's Adventures. Please go check out their channel. It will be linked in the description below. And send them some love. I appreciate you stopping by and watching this video. Thanks, and have a good day. Later.